Hello, everybody. Welcome to Accomplished Professional Show at Womenlines.com. Yes, friends, we are putting efforts to get amazing, exceptional professionals in our show who are sharing their tips how to excel in your profession through their tips. So, yes, friends, we are having somebody today, Janani Chandran from Singapore. She is a senior product manager at Rakuten Asia. She's passionate about working in the world of e-commerce and digital payments. She's an active volunteer and mentor with many tech clubs and believes in lifelong learning. What we are going to learn today, friends, especially from Janani, is tips how to come back and join workforce after taking a break. Break can be from any reason. Maybe motherhood is a reason. Maybe you are a caregiver, but you can come back. And here we are having secrets from Janani, which can help you a lot. So Janani is having 19 years of experience in various phases like development, QA project management. Janani works towards collaboration, fostering growth and creativity. Prior to joining Rakuten, she has worked with global companies like Chubb, PayPal, Motorola, and LG. She's also a diversity and inclusion champion who works to support such initiatives. She dreams of an equal world where differences are valued and appreciated to achieve superior results. Outside her work, she enjoys yoga, gardening, traveling, and connecting with nature. So, yes, now we meet Jenny at Womenlines. Welcome, Jenny, to our show.
Thank you so much, Charu. I don't think so I'm worth that introduction, but a heartfelt thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for you for giving your precious time to us, Jenny. So, yes, I'm so eager to know about you. Please share about yourself as a professional and as a person.
Okay, sure. So, Charu, as you said, I'm here based in Singapore and I work into the field of e-commerce. I am a product manager and I currently work in the advertisements platform. So you might be very familiar with different kinds of advertisements that pop up while you watch YouTube or Facebook. So I work in a similar ad platform. And I'm very passionate about product and project management. And I also love to work with people. You see, I see people management or connecting to people as one of the core strengths that I have. And this is something I call it as a skill that I have worked on and improvised over the last few years. All of us are a work in progress, right? So I think
Mhm.
communication and stakeholder management is something that I have learned over the last few years, and I would like to work on it as well. On a personal front, I'm
Yeah.
also a mom to two young kids.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all
Beautiful,
about me.
Jenny.
Yeah.
So, what are the three most important habits which can help any women professional in her work for her work productivity if she can increase, she wants to increase
I would
it?
say
Can
I
you
would say
share?
a lot of them. I would share you three of the things that really matters to me.
Yes.
Okay, the first one is, see, as a woman, you understand that our brains were made to work as multitaskers. Okay,
Right.
and we are much better in visualizing things as well. So that is like a strength that every woman has. Trust me. So why not we make use of the strength? Why don't we make a habit of when you wake up in the morning, have the habit of visualizing things. Think of what all do you want to accomplish. How are you going to multitask it in order to achieve it? That's habit number one. Now, second thing, since we've already visualized what are the things we're going to do, make a task or make a checklist. These are my topmost things that I want to achieve. Probably add a priority as well. As a woman, you also might have to balance a family, look after your kids, or things like that. You might be a caregiver to your parents, and so on. So make a checklist, add priority, see what are your topmost priority things. And as you start knocking them off, ticket. So by end of the day, you'd know, okay, how much of things have I accomplished? What have I knocked off? What all could I not complete? What has to be taken forward to the next day? So that is kind of thing I highly recommend to all the women. Okay. And the third thing I would say is make time for yourself. We are very busy. We are running behind so many things. We're attending to everyone's tasks, but have some time for yourself. Probably learn to sit, enjoy your cup of chai, learn to chat with your friends, learn to chat with your family, or even make some time for yourself to work out. For me, if I don't do my yoga or meditation, right, it is like a big void in my life. So that's a must. So these are the three habits.
Super awesome tips, I must say, Jenny. Friends, do take a note of all. So, yes, now my favorite question. Can you share some tips which can help any women join the workforce again after taking a break from work, maybe due to
Okay.
motherhood or being a caregiver, or maybe some other reasons? So, that can be helpful to so many women across.
Well, yes. I think as a woman, first of all, we are living in a world which is full of biases. Okay, we have to accept it.
Correct.
First thing I would say is learn to fight the bias. See, what happens is I have seen it in my personal front as well. When you go for interviews in general, people don't take you seriously at times. People think that she might not perform, she is a woman. And in that, when you say that, I have young kids to look after, or I'm looking after my parents, I'm a prime caregiver for so and so, more biases are added. She might not be able to commit to work. She might not be able to focus. She might not be able to give. She has had such a big break. How would she come back to work? So the world is full of biases. The first and foremost thing you need to do is learn to fight the bias. Okay. Second thing you need to do is you have taken a break. It is okay. Charu, you might agree half the problems are solved when you acknowledge something and you work towards it, isn't it?
Very
All
true.
of us might have some shortcomings. How do you
Very
address
true.
the shortcomings? I tell to people, yeah, I have the issue of having that heat at that moment. I can feel angry. So, how do I work on my shortcomings? First thing is I acknowledge. Similarly, women coming to work after a break, acknowledge it. Yes, I'm not going to have everything in my plate. When I look at my friends who are homemakers and I see, we're going for a shopping trip today, there are lots of guilts which I have. Oh, I could not join them. I could not do this. I could not do that. Guys, first thing is you cannot have everything on your plate. Remember that. And it is okay to let go of things. Have that mindset. You need to clear your mind. Okay. Second thing. Third thing is upskill yourself. The world is moving ahead. If you're taken a break for a year, we would realize that things have changed in the last 1 year. Technology has changed. People who passed out probably have more experience than you. See how you could upskill yourself, how you could train yourself and get back into work.
Wow. Wonderful, I must say that. So, it's all about the mindset journey, I suppose.
Yeah,
As you
yeah,
said, that the first
definitely,
thing is the
definitely.
mindset, which
First thing
every
is the
woman should be
mindset.
working.
Absolutely. Also, if when you talk about mindset, I think Charu, it's okay to have a mentor as well.
Yes,
See,
very
at
important point.
times, very important point, right? As a woman, we need probably a mentor. And again, I see this lots of youngsters make this mistake. Oh, I envy this person. I really look upon this person. This person is like my idol. You tend to go behind so many people. You try to take everyone as a mentor. Their ideologies might be different, and you are left as a very confused person. So, rather, I would say, have one person whom you select as your mentor, address your problem clearly, and get a solution. That is a key thing. Charu, not to forget, you or I might be able to knock off so many things from our checklist every day and work peacefully because we do have a support system back home. Women have to learn to build a support system. Women have to learn the art of delegating things. You cannot be running behind every little thing. Have that support system, have a person whom you have delegated certain things. Like, I'm very proud that if at my home, when you come, even the youngest kid could run behind groceries or do things because I have learned to give them the responsibilities and not turn back there. Yeah.
Very important
Delegation works.
point,
Yeah.
really. That support system is the superpower any woman can have
Yeah.
if they are ready to accept it. Because what happens,
Absolutely.
they run in the race of being a superwoman themselves and then they burn
Yeah.
out. So I
Yeah.
think if they
Absolutely.
understand it earlier, as early in their career journey, I think that can be helpful to them.
Yeah. 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 Definitely.
So, what were the biggest challenges you have faced by joining the workforce again, and how have you faced it? How long was your break, by the way? When you took the break?
Well, during both my maternity breaks, I have taken a short break. My first maternity break, I came back to work and I was in a new country. I was here in Singapore. And as and when I went for different interviews, I used to fill in a form and I used to write that I do have a few months baby. People used to hesitate, ask me on my face, you do have a small baby. How are you going to work? I have even heard comments like, we don't have an off time at 6. We work from 9 until say 8 or 9. You'd not be able to work. So I definitely have faced all kind of challenges like this. I have been asked by people, you have two daughters. Would you like to have one more kid? What's in the nearest future plans for you? Things
Mhm.
like that, which I really don't want to answer. So these are the kind of challenges I have faced. There has been biases, there have been questions raised on my capabilities. So I definitely had to work on myself. I had to work on upskilling. I had to build up my support system. I had to build up my networking. Charu, that has really helped. When I say networking, I used to go for events. At least after my second child's birth, I used to go for events to meet out new people, to see what's happening in the industry. I wanted to make my mark as a project manager. What does a project manager do? How would I be successful as a project manager? I used to meet out people there. I also became active on LinkedIn, as you can see. And a few tips I would definitely say to people is the three R's. If you remember the three R's of social media: relevance, resonance, and reach. When you talk
Mm.
about relevant data, you would resonate with people and people would reach out to you. So you definitely have to be on par on this.
Fantastic. It is all about structuring the path you want to follow and just being mindful about it. But it needs
Absolutely.
discipline, it needs consistency, and most the most important point, it needs that dedication that yes, you want to do that.
Yes.
So if
Yes,
you are having
definitely.
that tough muscle in your mindset and you are able to build up, nobody can stop you.
Yes, that's right. See, as a woman, or not only as a woman, I think all of us have a bucket of challenges. Have the empathy quotient with you. You know, you meet so many people on a day-to-day basis. Each one has a smile on their face. You don't know what they are going through. I would strongly suggest to people as well. Have the empathy within you. You do not know the path that they had to walk in today
Really
in order to be in front of you, right? So at least all of us could build in that empathy for the other person. And the next thing I talk about a lot is connect before you direct. You might be a leader, you might be a manager, you might be a mother. Connect with your people, connect with the people around you. Only then you'll be able to give them any directions.
beautiful line. I love that. Connect before direct. Wonderful. So how do you balance your work and personal life, Janani, especially after being a mother to two kids? Any secret sauce you're having?
I do not have a secret sauce, but I told you I do have a very big support system. I have made my friends, my extended family also to help me out whenever I need. You know, I'm not one of those people who hesitates when I need help. I call out. Second thing that really works is I'm an early riser. I wake up very early. So I'm able to see what my kids are having for breakfast, pack up their lunch boxes, drop them to school, and then come back and start working at around 8:15, 8:20, which is quite possible only when I wake up so early in the morning.
So it's all about discipline.
It is all about discipline. Discipline, kind of, even a timetabled approach works. And coming up from a project management background, I'm very good in planning. And when I plan out my tasks, my execution becomes easier.
Fantastic. I would love to know, Jenny, how to add learning goals, especially for the current generation of women to progress in their career.
Right, Charu, this is one of the very important things, and probably this is something I would like to address as well. Charu, let me ask you a question. If you or I want to get fitter or probably want to lose some weight, what would be our tasks? See, the first thing we might do is have a weekly target. I am going to exercise for 3 weeks and probably put it somewhere. Okay, this week I knocked off 3 classes. So, what happens when you make it as a clear goal and you put it in front of you? You are ticking against it. Yoga class done, Pilate class done, Zumba class done. You're able to visualize it. Oh, yes, I did 3 classes. What happens further is you get motivation. When I could knock off 3 classes next week as well, I'll have the energy to go in. Come on, let's put this into practice now. Let's put this into practice with our training goals. You will need to analyze, what do I want to learn? Where do I want to grow? For example, is for me, as a personal level, I have certain goals for next year. But if I have those goals as a very big goals, I'll not be able to knock it off. I'll need to divide it into weekly. What do I want to achieve this week? Or if weekly is tough for you, do it on a monthly basis and put it somewhere that you can see.
Right.
Ticket. Yes, I went for this course. For me, example I give you is I want to learn the diversity and inclusion in workplaces. What works, what does not work, what are different biases. If I want to do this course, I need to write it down. I need to put it on a notepad that I see often. Tick it, mark that, write some notes that yes, I was able to achieve. What is pending? This is something you'll need to do. And somehow, with as we grow older, right, our brains are not working in the same way it worked 15 years back. We are losing the
Yes,
attention.
very
So
important
you will
point.
need to go for bite-sized learning. Trust me, bite-sized learning is the way. See which courses allows you to give in 15 minutes of your time, 20 minutes of your time. You read something, write down the notes. Yeah, revise it whenever you have time. So bite-sized learning, and make this note, where do you want to progress? Divide it into sub goals and make learning a part of those sub goals.
Golden tips, Chandi, I must say. It's like we do the journaling part every day morning. Some women are really religious about it. So this can be journaling for your career. Why not to add that to
Why
your
not?
journaling
Yes, why
diary?
not? Why not?
So
Absolutely.
it
Yes.
can give you a bigger picture of your life, where you want to go, and
Yes.
step by
Yes.
step.
Yes. Yes.
Recently, I
Yes.
read Atomic Habits by James Clear. Beautiful
Oh,
book, I must say that. And it has
I've been waiting to read it as well.
it's a
Yeah.
must-read book, I must say, because it has guided how that bite-sized learning you are saying, it can be applied to so many phases of our life. And
Absolutely.
things can be done if we really follow that path in bite-sized things. So
Absolutely.
golden tip, I
Have
must say,
certain
yeah, here.
goals. This is the tip I want to give to women. It's like, all of us have certain things that we are fighting. So probably you have children to look after, you have adolescents to look after, you have your older parents to look after. Each one of us has our own buckets of issues. Trust me,
Very true.
you will need to move forward. You will need to plan out, what do I want to do? Where do I have to go, and lay out your goals. Have a
Beautiful.
mentor. Sometimes we need it. Yeah.
Very true. Now, the hottest question I really want to understand from you, are there any special biases or challenges that are specific to women in work culture, and how to overcome them? Can you share your experience about it?
Lots of them. Lots of them. Specifically, when you go into lots of workplaces, right? As I said, people tell you right on your face that no, I don't want to hire women for this role. And there are also biases where they say that, oh, women would not suit this technical role. Probably if it is HR, admin, operations, women might suit in. But this is like a high programming role, or here the necessity for you to be at office for long hours is there. So lots of biases that women cannot outperform their male counterparts. So often what happens is, a woman, since she has so many commitments, right? I have growing up children, I have to support my husband's ladders, career ladder as well. Women's career takes a backseat. So when she's given a choice that you want to move towards a managerial role, or you're happy with doing what you are, I see that lots of women don't estimate their own strengths. They say that I'm happy doing what I want. I don't want to move ahead in my career. So, Charu, that's why they say, right? You need to sometimes be like a tea bag. Hot water has to come on you, only then you realize your strength. So I would say, don't allow that hot water to come in, guys. This is a kind of bias, not just the world, but our own thinking has developed as well. That I don't want to progress. I think as women, we already have the special talents like multitasking, prioritizing, doing so many things. We are already good at it. So I would say that give it a chance. Think about yourself as well, progress in your careers. Have a plan for yourself.
Very true. Wonderful share. And yes, once we have this realization that all biases cannot you cannot say that, you cannot talk about it, or you cannot face it. You have to prove it by your actions only, and that can only come if you are aware about yourself and you have clarity how you have to go further in your
Absolutely.
career. Fantastic share journey. My last question, please share some message for Women Lines audience.
I would say, guys, all of you are born with some special talents. Remember that we might not be similar. That's why, we have this concept of ALLY, ally. Why? A little like you. I might have a little something like Charu. Charu might have something like her mentor. Isn't it? All of us have this ally concept. We need to come together. We need to have this common goals. Look forward towards networking. Look forward towards meeting more people who come from a similar background. See how you could take their story as an inspiration into your life and move forward.
Wow, fantastic tip. I always believe you are connected